In the equity quadrant, taking a look at the June S&P futures, we had a quiet recovery today. After a push lower, the S&P 500 futures recovered to near unchanged, and with some time left on the clock, we're seeing a positive print on the S&P 500. It's up over, well, I should say close to about 0.1%. Again, there's still some time left in the day. The high today, 52.18, which of course could change, was up about 0.1%, as I already mentioned, and there is still a little bit of time left. But the low today, 52.0850, was down almost 0.5%. So again, a fairly decent, although very quiet recovery. On a weekly basis, the S&P is still up over 1%, working on its third consecutive week of higher closes. That's including this week, with 2 trading days left. Fed comments have been part of the reason. Fed comments lately have been similar to what Jerome Powell said when he read the statement at the last FOMC meeting and when he went through the press conference answering questions, but they have not been exact. Monday, New York Fed President John Williams said monetary policy was in a good place, but he said they may eventually cut rates at some point. You would think that's more of an obvious statement. It's just pointing to the fact they're going to cut before they hike. Neil Kashkari yesterday, that's the Minneapolis Fed president, said that the Fed had tightened, but the market should prepare for rates to stay higher for longer. I'm paraphrasing that, but that was basically the gist of his Bloomberg interview, along with an article, or a piece, I should say, that he posted on minneapolisfed.org, so you can check that out. And then Boston Fed President Susan Collins, said today that recent data led me to believe that this will take more time than previously thought. So no one's pointing toward interest rate hikes, but they're pointing toward rates maybe staying here for a little while. And today we did have a 10-year note auction, which kept yields under control. Still, they were slightly higher, about 2 basis points across the board, which may have contributed to the mostly negative day turning positive later in the day, as we again had this negative sort of feel all morning long, but then we got up toward positive near the close.